Success Mode with Raecine Tyes. Tonight I have some special guests, Renee, Warren Peoples, and Bobby Peoples. Hey
Hey,
guys,
hey, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? You
We are
guys
awesome.
Great.
Vegas and you doing big things, and this is long overdue to tell you
Right.
the truth. So I'm so excited to have you guys because you have been filmmakers for how long
Oh,
Oh
shit.
goodness. Well, together we've been in business since 2008 together.
Yeah.
He's been in the
Wow.
business since 2003.
2003.
Okay,
now?
and
2003. Wow.
I come from
Okay.
theater, so when I moved here, when I got in my first bout with film was through him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
put her on. I put her on.
he put you on. So
Yeah,
tell
pretty
me
much.
this. Tell everyone a little bit about your background and how you met.
Okay. Well, I started off as a production assistant working on, several independent films throughout Philadelphia, Virginia, and places like that. And then I got my first real big break when I became a production coordinator at New Millennium Studios under Daphne and Tim Reed. The second aunt Viv and the dad from Sister Sister. That's why I got my start working with them. And they kind of pretty much broke it down and showed me how the inner workings of production work.
Mhm.
And so I did that for like 3 years. And I started off my own company in 2004 called the People's Film Company. And I did a few films here and there. I
Wow.
did my first film called For Our Love that got made a distribution through at the time called Image Entertainment, but they long since dissolved their company now.
Mhm.
Um, and I think they got bought up by UMC. And so that was back in 2004. Then I moved to Atlanta in 2005.
Mhm.
Started doing little stuff here and there. And then I met
Yeah.
her in
Wow.
2007. And then we got married in 2008. And we've been doing
Oh
it.
my God. So look, back up, Bobby, for a second. How did you even get into what sparked your interest or your desire to get into film?
I always wanted to be an actor starting out. I mean,
Mhm.
I wanted to be an actor, but I was going to audition and it was on YouTube. I always want to be an actor, but all the auditions I would ever get were being for like Thug Number One or Drug Dealer
Mhm.
Number Two, and I thought that that didn't me. I thought it didn't fit me, even though I might look like that according to them, but
Right.
I thought as though that wasn't me. So I'm like, nah, this is not who I want to be. This is not what I want to portray myself as. So I figured I'll just buy some film books to learn how to do it myself,
Right.
and I
That's
had to
true.
look back.
Wow, that's awesome. Because so many people they wait, they just keep on trying to wait for an opportunity to fit them. But you were
Right.
like, nah, I'm not waiting. I'm gonna do what I want to do because I know what
Well,
you had
yeah,
in mind.
right, exactly. So, and that's what it was. I wanted to do something that I felt comfortable doing.
Hmm. And so then you said you made it to Atlanta. You got married to Renee.
Yep, got married to her. We met in 2007, and then we got married in 2008. We met on the set.
We met on set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a mutual friend of ours, had hired me to film it while her
Uh-huh.
and my mutual friend was directing.
Okay.
So, yeah, so Renee was directing the project that we met on.
What? See, I didn't know that. Okay. So you already had an interest in. You were already in the industry, Renee.
Well, when I not in film, so to speak, that was my first film.
Uh-huh.
Because that we turned a play into a film.
Okay. Oh, that's
So,
right. You were a playwright.
right, yeah. So I come
I
from
do remember
theater.
that.
Now,
Mhm.
I did go to his first premiere that he had here,
Mhm.
because my friend, which is a mutual friend of ours, she was in the movie. So I went in
Okay.
support of her. So I seen him that night. I
And
introduced
you're like,
myself
hey, I
briefly.
need to get
I was
with.
like, right.
Well, I mean,
But
I was with somebody else at the time. So,
yeah, he had me
Oh
at that time. So, but I wasn't interested in that side. I was
no.
just
Right.
interested in,
Right.
potentially being a part of a film. I wanted to
Right.
audition
Right.
or whatever.
Exactly.
So then we crossed paths again a couple times actually before
Mhm.
we actually met. I was working for somebody else, another playwright, and
Okay.
I was doing administrative work for him and his assistant, and I was his assistant director. And I was corresponding with Bobby at the time. We didn't know it.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And then
That's
we met
awesome.
officially on that set of the play that I was directing and also co-starring in. And I asked him then, I said, listen, what do I need to do to audition for one of your movies? And he was like,
Mhm.
now I got a nice old casting couch right over there.
whatever. He was like, well, let this be your audition. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, so that's how that all it
Wow.
started from there. The business relationship started there.
And so you guys already had that mutual interest, and then from there you just started making the movies, the films together.
Right.
Well, we had dissolved the People's Film Company
Right.
when we got
Okay.
married because
Right.
he was
A sole
proprietor for that. So we
Okay.
dissolved that and we created the People's Network, TPN,
Oh wow.
and
Wow.
that was us together.
Oh my gosh. And you know what kind of like threw me to the ground is when I asked Bobby casually, how many movies did you guys make over the years? And then he said over 100, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know, everybody has their own circumstances. 'Cause I'm guilty of saying I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but everybody's always saying I'm gonna make this. But you guys are just doing it. You guys are just, okay, I have this idea. Renee's going to write this. I'm going to film this. And you just do it.
Yeah.
So how does that happen? I mean, what motivates you? What gets you inspired to do that?
Well, one, if we don't eat.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
So, yeah, well, that's a big part of it. Right now, I'm still in my corporate job, so I do both.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby hasn't had to really work. He worked, 2 jobs since we've been together.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Since we've been together, because his main focus is, the film business, and so that's how we bring in the revenue. So, and I've always worked a corporate job, so I didn't know anything outside of that.
This is her last year for that, though. This is her last year.
This is my last year. I'm stepping out. I made a post on Facebook just recently about, my faith walkers, those who stepped out from their corporate job.
I just saw that. Yep.
Yeah. So that was inspiring to me, because a lot of people would think that you're crazy. It's a pandemic. You're going to leave your steady job, income,
right,
for a hope and a dream. But it's not a hope and a dream. We've been doing this. We know the path. We know the blueprint. So we've been doing this for years, and now we just have more time to be able to focus on it,
right,
without a lot of interruptions. So.
Wait, I know you didn't say people think you're crazy for doing that.
Yeah, people think that, like, why would you leave a corporate job?
Tell me where they at.
Steady income. It's a pandemic. People looking for work, so on and so forth. Well, they can have my job. I'll let you know when it's done.
Exactly. I mean, you need to tell them. Don't you know how long I've been doing this?
Yeah.
I think I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
We also got to think about too. If 2020 didn't teach you anything, it teaches that we can survive.
Yes, exactly.
So if you go to 2021 doing what you did in 2020 and then learn anything from that, then you wasted a whole year. We're not going to do that. Obviously, we took some time to think how we're going to do it. We have less responsibilities now because it's just my wife and I and our one son. Before it was my wife and 5 sons.
Right. Wow. Oh my gosh.
So things kind of dwindled down a little bit, so we don't have as much responsibility anymore. So it was like, we're going to stop. We got 7 kids, 7 miles to fill. No, it's just us two.
Right.
Yeah, and that was a big reason. We was like, well, with all the kids, and we just wanted something steady. But now it's like, okay, baby, we're gonna sink or swim, and we don't plan on sinking. We don't plan on sinking. So that is one of the things that that we're just like, and anytime when you're working for somebody else and you're not being valued or appreciated, it takes a toll on you. And when you start getting sick physically, mentally, and emotionally,
it's time to go.
It's been time. God has already been shaking the grounds. It's been time. But then, of course, because we're creatures of habit, we're just used to that twice a month, every 2 weeks, however often you get paid. I know that check is going to be there, regardless of how it's making me feel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So. And then you have the option to work as much or as little as you want, make as much or as little money as you want, being in your own sort. And that's another thing. It's like, if, like you said, if 2020 didn't teach you that, then I can't help you, because you're either gonna sink or swim, and 2020 should have taught you how to swim.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what I said. If it didn't teach us nothing else, this thing hit us by storm.
Yeah.
A lot of people coming out of here with new talents. They're coming out of here with things that they didn't know that they could do. You know what I mean? And it's a market for everything. Like, think about it. All these stores ran out of tissue.
Yeah.
Why do we run out of tissue? Why do we run out of hand sanitizer? Why do we run masks? People started
making masks.
Masks.
Yeah.
Right.
People became chemists. I'm like, hold on, you gotta make hand sanitizer?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
people found out talents they did not have.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be creative.
Exactly.
If this didn't teach us nothing else, I mean, one thing about it, I did not want to go out of 2020 not learning something about myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And my strengths and also my weaknesses, which I will turn to strengths. I just you have to recognize and know what they are.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, let me ask you that, guys, this. What would you tell someone else who's new or entering into the filmmaking industry? What type of advice would you give to them if they're a newbie in the industry? And if they want, not just to just make a film here and there, but if they want to actually make it, their career, like you guys make money from it?
I said make the first film first.
Okay.
Make your first film, because like I said before, even in my book, I said most filmmakers fail because they failed to make their first film. Because that's what you learn everything from that first particular project. I mean, you learn your lighting, your sound, your whatever. You're not going to make a perfect film. I mean, even movies like $300 million budget movies, those films got a lot of flaws in them. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to say. If you look closer, you can see, this is the camera person in the shot. I don't know, last year from the Game of Thrones, there was a freaking Starbucks coffee cup in the front.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're thinking these guys who make millions of dollars doing it, you think that you're doing something that's might be $100 out of your pocket that you have a perfect film, then you're fooling yourself.
What's that Tyler Perry movie that one movie where people clown the people in the restaurant? So many continuity issues and different things like that. You think Tyler Perry? Listen. He had already made his money.
Right.
Okay. And we all watched it, even if it was just to see that particular scene. Everybody watched that movie. So he did what he had to do. Yeah. So the thing about it is, do it. A lot of people wait so it can be so perfect. No, it's not going to be perfect. Your first film is your teaching film. That's the one that you learn from. We always say start with a short.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15 minutes. Work your way up and get that catalog under your belt. Build your audience, your fan base, and just go for it. Like, what do you have to lose? You can take this far here and shoot your film.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, look, if you don't, so many times I've talked to people. Well, you guys know because you have a book and you do everything. Do people come up to you and say, well, I want to do this, but I don't have this, but the situation is right, but I don't have the right camera. And I tell them, look, I tell people for every excuse you give me, I'll give you 3 reasons why you can still do it. So you can take your telephone and use it as a camera. Just like you said, just get started. Just get your feet wet.
Right. Yeah, because think about it, filmmaking is not about what cameras you guys. Filmmaking is about telling a story.
Yeah.
Right.
And so telling the story based on what you have to tell that story with. You know what I'm saying? Because if people worry about, you shot that on an Android instead of an iPhone, then you're not telling your story right.
Right.
You're doing the wrong thing. So
exactly.
You need to, go from that particular point on. You know what I'm saying? So you have to start somewhere. And so I would tell that whoever wants to start out, do your first project. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. You know what I'm saying? So get that out of your mind. It's not going to be good. But what you have at the finished product is that, okay, I made mistakes. I made this mistake. I'm not going to do it on film number 2. I'm not going to do it on film number 3. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're able to do over 100 projects because we didn't care what people thought. We're teaching ourselves, okay, what mistakes that we made on the last one.
Exactly.
Can't do it in the next one. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That's why I just love you guys so much because you are doing what you want to do your way, and you're not looking back. You just bam, 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 just knocking them out the park. I know that when you get ideas, I know that you put them out there, and then next thing you know, you say, okay, we're casting, or we're filming, or we're on set. And I'm like, what? By the time you look this way, y'all are over here somewhere already filming. So what gives you that motivation? That I know that it's you have to do it because it's for your career, for money. But what gives you, because even people that do things for a career, they don't have as much spunk and get up and go as you guys have.
Well, I mean, that's something you can't teach nobody. You have to have it in you. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you really want it, then whether you want to be a filmmaker, a race car driver, or a football player, if you don't have that get up and go drive, then all you're gonna do is sit there and talk about, well, I want to do this, I wanted to play this, I want to catch that, but you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
I just saw a post about an hour ago. It said 20 years from now, you won't be regretting. Was it you?
I posted that. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I wrote that.
Huh? Yeah, Bobby posted
it. Can you say the post? Because I was about to screw it up.
No, I said, but 20 years from now, we're going to be disappointed about the things we didn't do over the things that we did. Yeah. So basically, like, you can go out there and mess up right now and be disappointed, but if you don't do it 20 years from now, you're really going to be disappointed that you didn't try.
At least try.
At least try.
Yeah.
So that was the whole purpose of that post. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that goes in life at all, in general. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Like my wife saying, you know, if she doesn't decide to quit her corporate job, 20 years from now, she's going to wish she had done it.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Let me ask you, who usually comes up with the ideas for the movies?
His mind thinks 24/7. Okay, so he's constantly coming up. We have so many concepts. We have so many things that we just need to put to paper. You know what I mean? That we're putting in order. Right. Some we have on paper. So he constantly thinking of ideas and concepts, and then he'll say it. We'll sit there and bounce it off each other. And if we feel like, okay, this is a good thing, this is a win, I think we can go with this. We'll consult with our distributors. Hey, do you think this is a sale? Do you think this is a good concept? They say, yeah, go for it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Then we go for it. Yeah, we just turned in the script last night, actually.
I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I said we just turned in the script last night to start filming in February. So.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you guys have a difference of opinion about maybe what a character should look like, or you know, something, who has the final last?
Well, I go ahead. I'll say she does the casting. Renee does the casting for us. So when we do a project on our own, she does the casting. So and I let her have that lane. You know what I'm saying? I put my here and there, but for the most part, she sees something in actors that I may not see. And there been a lot of cases where though she cast people like, man, I don't think him and her are good for that part, and she cast them, and they be like,
she does some good casting.
I can't see nobody else doing that part but them. You know what I'm saying? So on a few occasions now, I've done some casting before, and we had to go back and reshoot it. So yeah. So I think let me just fall back and let me play my position, and she play her position. So she's like, I don't step across the line.
Business part, so like on the executive producing side and different things like that, I'll have my opinion, but that's his lane. Like that's what he knows.
That was my next question.
Right, he knows how to talk. He knows how to get the the stuff done that needs to be done. So that's all him. Right. Yeah.
Wow. And as far as writing, you said that he usually does the writing, or?
Well, no, we both write.
Yeah, we both write.
But I come with a concept and an idea, then we'll talk about it, and then we'll go back and forth. Like I might write 2 scenes, and she write the next 2 scenes. We read each other out, and then we kind of talk about where we want to go next with the theme. So we talk it out, basically.
Wow. So how do you guys deal with and I've seen, little posts every so often. How do you deal with people saying, I want to be in your next movie? or
audition.
People that say that seriously and actually can't really act, or they're just not up to, they maybe don't fit the description of what you want, but I'm going to be in your movie. Why won't y'all put me in your movie?
Well, most of the time, people who do that don't never audition.
Yeah.
So that's why they never get cast. I'm like, I can't cast you if you never audition. You know what I'm saying? Now, they be like, well, why you use this and that person? Well, we've worked with that person on 4 or 5 films already. We know him or her credibility. We know them already. So, of course, they're not going to audition. Hell, 9 times out of 10, we probably write a character for that person we work with. But if you're new to us, we've worked with you before, get, audition. So we know your strength. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like you saying, okay, I want to do this. We don't know what you can do.
And just so I can put it out there, when we do auditions, especially, when it's just strictly from your reel or from you sitting in auditioning with sides, if you don't get cast on that particular project, but you do great, we have a folder And we, a lot of times, we refer back to that folder.
Oh, wow.
I have this role. I know you didn't get cast in this film, but this role I think will be great for you. Can you read for this? Just so that we can see, because, you know, just because you don't get cast on one film don't mean that we're not looking at you or thinking about you for another film. We could write something just based on you, or we could write you into that film.
Yeah, we've done
because
that.
you did so great and the role don't fit you, but it's like, dang, they're really good. Let's go ahead and write them into the film.
Right. And we also changed characters up for people too. And we might have wrote it for a female. We changed it for a guy because the guy did really well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
We've done that a lot. You know, we changed up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Let me say this. Hey, Ru. I seen that she said, hey, y'all. Hey, Ru.
Oh, you know what? I should be seeing what people are saying on Facebook. I haven't really even been checking. If you see any posts or any questions, let me know, because we definitely want to answer them. How is it working as a husband and wife team? What suggestions would you give to other couples that are working in a business relationship?
Well, I would say to the wife, just listen to your husband.
Really?
Whatever your husband said, then
well, y'all already know my personality by now. Y'all know that don't fly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But working with him, actually, you don't think that you're with a person like 24/7. Like, honestly, I work from home. Everything right now, where we moved to, we don't have an office outside of our room, right? So this is in our room. This is work, sleep, everything inside of this one room. And you would think that, you know what? You're getting on my nerves today. But so far, we haven't had that. Now, I'm not saying we're perfect, because we have our disagreements. We have, you know, our silent fights. I call them silent fights because a lot of times we go and just not speak to each other until we're ready.
That's better than
but
good.
I enjoy, I can say I honestly enjoy doing what I do with him.
Yeah. And vice versa. I mean, I'm the same way. I always post on that. My wife is the best writing partner in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we're able to create togetherness. So I would say to any husband and wife team coming to any kind of business, make sure you have a good friendship foundation first.
You need that. Listen.
Yeah, because the romance go up and down, but that friendship always is the same. You know what I'm saying? So going in with a great friendship first.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So what would you say to, I asked you about people that are entering the field. What resources or what resources or other resources would you tell other people getting into the industry to, because I'm just trying to give people like a little bit of educational content as far as how they can get in there. So like what resources or what would you tell them to do as far as the business part of things?
I would say go buy my book on Amazon for $19.99. It's a step-by-step.
And what's the name of your book?
It's called How to Make Movies and Money Manual.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, so it's a step-by-step manual on how to make a film, from writing it to actually getting it shot and produced.
Yeah. And tell me that one more. How to
make movies and money manual. Because it's a manual. It tells you how to do everything step by step.
It does tell you step by step.
And you can find that where?
On Amazon.
Okay. And we want to put that up so people can see that.
Sure.
How to make movies and money. Did I get it right?
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, I would say buy that book first. If you want to get into business, you really want to start it doing, you don't know how, because I've read so many film books before I got started. And a lot of them was like, okay, I had to read the book 3 or 4 times just to get a grasp of it. So I'm like, how can I make this easy for a child to understand? Or I wrote a book for my son because my son had a project he had to do. He was 7th grade, right?
Yeah.
So he had a choice of doing a book or a movie. And we made a movie. My son decided he wanted to make a movie, but I didn't want to do the project for him. So I just wrote steps what he needed to do. And next thing I know, it turned into a 98-page booklet.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So you wrote it by mistake?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Wow,
we did that same book, and we did a kids class. We taught film to children, just to test it out too and see how they do with it. They can pick up the book; it's easy to read, step by step. You know what I'm saying? Even the outline of how to create your script, like doing your outline for your script and different things like that. And again, like we say, start off with a short film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so many stories and stuff out here. Just look at Facebook and whatever, and you can get somebody's life story, because people put their life stories on there all the time.
Yeah. Right, exactly. That's
true. Be creative and come up with some concepts, because I always say we have split personalities, because you have to write for so many different people, and all these people in your head at one time. Trust me,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's gotta be you. I won't say hard, because if you got it, you just got it. Because, you know, I write nonfiction, but to write fiction, you got to have all these different personalities going on, and, you know, keep what in their lane of what they would do or what they would say. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can do that.
Well, no, I think you probably could do it. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, you ever sit there and like have a mini conversation with yourself? You're like,
right, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much what you're doing. You say, where did I leave my keys at? So if I left my keys somewhere, either gonna be you can tell the truth to yourself, or you can be a smart ass to yourself. Well, damn, Raecine, you left them in the car.
Yeah.
So that's just a crazy personality right there. You know what I'm saying? So we all
that brings me up to my next question. Tell us some of the movies that you guys have out. Tell us about some of the projects, the ideas that you, because there's some juicy titles and some juicy plots and everything.
Well, I'm assuming since you brought it up, I'm assuming you're talking about our Taboo series.
Taboo fiction,
Well, Taboo is a story about incest. It's a series about incest, you know, from different point of views. And I came up with that story a long time ago when I was in high school. You know, for me being the guy that I am, I was trying to get with every girl I could get in the lunchroom. So I don't know if this girl was playing with me.
Everybody else.
Yeah. So I don't know if this girl was trying to get me out her face, but she told me that she sleep with her brother.
What?
This girl told me that.
Oh my God.
And so I was like, okay, like, why would you tell me that? But whatever, you know, she was cute and everything like that. So it kind of threw me off. So then, you know, years go by, I started thinking about it. I'm thinking, you know what, that might be a great idea for a story. So that's how I wrote Taboo 1. It's about the brother and sister situation. But then I had to think about it. Well, what makes a girl want to have sex with her brother? You know what I'm saying? So it has to be some kind of psychological stuff that goes on within the family. And then one time when we was in Atlanta before we did it, Frank Ski and Wanda was having a conversation about incest on the radio. And it was like 1 out of 13 women has been molested by a family member.
No way, that's horrible.
It kind of put everything together. So that's where the whole idea came from with the Taboo series. So like that, and a lot of times the whole incest in the Black community is taboo. It's taboo because something in the rug, because Uncle Lulu, Uncle Ray Ray done touched somebody's daughter and they don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So it happens in our community, we just don't talk about it. So I wanted to, you know, put that can of worms out there. Whether you like the concept or not, we got you talking about it.
Right.
So that's the whole idea behind the Taboo theory.
So how do you, what type of feedback, and I didn't even look at the comments yet, because I know that you said, check out the comments.
Well, that was the comments on domestic warfare. Renee actually wrote that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's the total opposite.
Total opposite of the movie.
So what type of feedback do you get though in general about your movies? Because you guys aren't afraid to go out there with those storylines.
So with Taboo, you know, of course you have those like, oh my God, how could you think of something like this? And and then you have those that's intrigued, like, oh my God, like this is a great story. Like, how did you guys come up with this? So, you know, you have those people, and even if they don't like the story, they want to watch it just to see, you know, what it's all about. We're not scared we're not scared to touch on certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can be.
Now, at first, though, with Taboo, I was like, oh my God, man, who we going to get to play this role? Like, who's actually going to portray this? And you'll be surprised at so many actresses that couldn't get past the point of them being with their brother, but we're like, you're an actor.
Right. And
this is not your brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're telling a story. You're portraying a character.
Right.
So that was one of the humps that we had to get over. But once we got past that, you know, then it was cool. But at first I'm not going to lie. That was like, when we do Taboo, it was some years ago, but I was nervous because I didn't know how it was going to be received. Because when you start talking about molestation, you start talking about, you know, incest.
And then you start getting people that have experienced that.
Right. And those are things that's taboo in our community. But I'm glad that we did do it because it started the conversation.
Right.
Because you don't know when these little girls or young girls myself included, when you've been touched at a young age, you can go one or two ways. You can either be very promiscuous, or it can shut you down.
Yeah.
Completely. So and those are the conversations that we have in these movies.
Right.
And like I said, it's that shock factor, because you got to think about it. I mean, we're around the same age, Raecine. So remember the movie called Flowers in the Attic?
Yes.
I watched the movie when I was a kid about 100 times, and I did not realize.
I don't remember that movie all the way, but
when you go watch the movie, I did not realize until we were adults that movie was about incest.
Oh my God!
I had no idea growing up. Like, hold up, I thought it was an interesting movie about a mother being real bad to her kids. But people back and watching the whole book series about incest. So only difference is about our stuff and that kind of stuff is that we're Black. You know what I'm saying? So people want to. Why are you bringing this up? Why are you putting out our trash into the universe? Well, it's something that needs to be sold, so these girls and boys too cannot live in fear. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Let them get out of this bondage that we got going on. And the guys who are doing this to these children need to be, look, whatever you're going through, you need to get that out of your system. You know what I'm saying? Stop touching these little kids and stuff like that. So that's the message that we wanted to do with the Taboo series. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Wow. So we really appreciate you guys willing to go out on a limb like that, because as you know, doing the film festival, I saw a lot of films, but so many people stay in that same lane of maybe just like the thug or just the black and white issue. No, you guys are like really going out there and going, like I said, you're taking a risk and just putting it out there and going out on a limb with that. So we appreciate that.
But it's a good risk too, because like I said, we just turned in the script for part 3. So
Taboo 3 coming. And when
awesome.
We look up medical things that goes along with these sicknesses, because it's an illness, it's a sickness.
Yeah.
So we look up the medical terms of it, and we're educating them through entertainment so that they can understand where this is coming from, what is happening with them, as if they're dealing with this certain thing, so that they can actually understand it. We research and look stuff up. It's not like we just
we're just not being nasty to be nasty.
Right. We're actually researching it. And we're putting it in there, and what we're putting in there is the truth. And they can go back and research themselves. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I won't keep you guys too long. I just got a couple more questions.
Oh, that's fine.
Tell us about some of your web series that have us falling off the chair laughing. Who comes up with the humor?
Well, it's funny you said that, because for the longest time, people said we should do comedy, but we feel that we're not funny when it comes to writing. We're funny in person. So
your stuff is crazy funny.
Well, I mean, but think about it. We only did that one comedy. That was our first and only comedy ever done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like not a comedy, but I see the comedy in some of the storylines where it's like a little bit of comedy.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just part of our daily humor. Like literally, if there was a camera following us around every day, you guys will understand that that's how we talk to each other. And that's how we do and come up with some ideas. Like the whole Dexter Jackson story came up with. We was on our way to a wedding. So we was driving, writing it as we were on the way to Florida from Atlanta, writing it and casting as we were writing it.
Wow!
So by the time we got to the Florida and the wedding, the whole thing was cast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we was writing at the same time. So
that Dexter Jackson got to dating, and it's not on any platforms right now. We're actually shopping it around to some networks. So that we can get it actually put out there on some bigger platforms, some major networks. So right now, we already have season 3 written out, 10 episodes, 30-minute episodes. Yep. So we're praying for that to come through. But we love it.
It's going to come through.
It is going to come through. We're just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, but that's one of my favorite. I love Dexter Jackson. A lot of people love Dexter Jackson Guide to Dating.
Yes.
So. And
I love seeing the different characters.
Yes. But think about it.
Tell us some of the other projects that you guys had in the past, and some of the other things that you guys do.
Well, I mean, we got.
I know we could be here all night. So
one of the things that was our first web series ever.
Yes.
Was called Money, Power, and Respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was our first web series ever. We worked with how many actors over 100 and some actors in Atlanta on that web series.
Gosh.
And it was on Comcast On Demand, and we got a lot of traction on it. And it was kind of before its time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it talked a lot about politics and conspiracy, and it had drama, it had, you know,
family drama,
all kinds of stuff in it, right?
Wow.
So yeah, we did 3 seasons of that. So we're gonna go back and revamp that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna shop that around, because I think now is the time when you have stuff like Power and you have all those other shows out there.
Exactly.
It's time for us to go ahead and we just talked about
look what we got. Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. It was over what? It's been about almost 10 years. Yeah.
Wow.
10 years ago. So, and then after that, we have a lot of other shows that we're going to go back and revamp and rewrite for the networks.
So we did Flags on the Field.
Flags on the Field, yeah.
That was based on Renee's life in Detroit.
Yeah.
We did 2 seasons of that.
Oh,
We did Love Atlanta Style. We did 2 seasons of that. That came up from an idea. I was in my film class and I was bored, so I just started writing a concept. And next thing I know, we was filming it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And he wrote that all by himself, and it was about four friends.
Right.
So he wrote all those voices, all of that stuff. He wrote himself.
My goodness.
And she
started. That's awesome.
And she started in it. Then we did we did Dexter Jackson Got a Date, and then we did the Mind of a Woman series. Then we did the Family Truth mini series, which is about another show about incest.
Well, that was more like molestation.
Molestation. So, but incest too because of the uncle.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other projects like your magazine.
Well, we did the magazine. We don't do the magazine anymore. We kind of stopped with the magazine because we did the film festival. The magazine was inside with the film festival, which we did for 3 years. We produced Snatch for.
I just saw that pop up.
Yeah, which is streaming on TV right now. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
So you do actually work on other people's projects?
We have, yes. We definitely have done that in the past. We haven't done so much lately. We've done one. We did one while here in Vegas. We did a short for a female friend of ours here named Rose, who's a very phenomenal actress as well. We did a short for her called The Deal, which she's doing something with that as well. So we've done a lot since we've been here. We've done like 5 shorts since we got here in June.
Oh my God. So
yeah
that was my one of my questions. Okay, so because you've been in Atlanta, how long were you in Atlanta? How many years?
15 for me.
And 14 for me.
Yeah.
So was it a big transitional period for you to move to Vegas, or did you already have everything set up before you went out? You know, because I know like finding actors and
we didn't have any actors when we moved here.
Yeah.
Like that, we came here starting all over.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I said we didn't have any actors when we moved here.
One more time.
Yeah. Okay, so I said we didn't have any actors when we moved here. When we moved here, we kind of started over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about us.
But you guys are like that. You guys are like on it.
Well, I mean, because you think about it, we came here with 15 years of projects behind us, so it wasn't that hard to find people. You know, all they had to do is look us up and look at our resumes and stuff like that.
Okay,
so
I see what you're saying.
It wasn't that hard.
So it wasn't like you were starting from scratch.
Right. But we just been lucky enough to meet some great people that we've used over and over since we've been here.
Yes, they've been phenomenal actors and actresses there, and committed. You know what I'm saying? So that's been a blessing. We're looking now. We're going to be going into a feature film soon here.
Oh, okay.
So we did these shorts we did these shorts to build up our actor database. We still have some building to do, but now we're going to be stepping into a feature in February here, and also a mini series we're going to be doing here. So we're looking to build up more actors.
Yeah, she said ATL lost, but look, I don't even feel like we lost you. I mean, you just still growing and thriving. So it's like, that's why I'm like, okay, no matter what, I'm gonna, stay connected to you guys, see what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I better interview them now before they become untouchable.
Well, no, it would
never be that.
I don't care if you was making Tyler Perry money, because we've been following you as well since you came to on the scene.
Oh,
and we had the little they had
networking.
Networking.
Yeah, you know what? And a lot of people might say, because I've had people say, I see you always reposting, there's certain people I will repost no matter what. You reposting doing Renee and Bobby people stuff all the time. Look, when people support me, I'll lay down and support them and cross any bridge or whatever I got to do to try to support them back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no doubt about it that I'm always in you guys' corner, rooting you guys on for whatever.
And remember, I remember how shocked you were at the first annual Actors Award because you announced us and you opened the envelope and you read it and she said, like, you was more shocked about reading our name than we were about getting the award.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? But no, it's certain people that we still keep in contact with from from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And we always still active on social media. So
Atlanta will always be home for us. Like that is our roots together when we started together, and that is gonna always be home. And no matter where we go, where we are, what we do, trust me. The rooms that we're in now, we're speaking names of people that we know that's been loyal with us.
You guys want to see very soon.
So trust me, like it might not come overnight, but we're speaking those names and we're talking to people about those people that's been loyal to us.
Yes.
Right.
So
and the way I look at it, and you guys already know this from your growth, but with the technology and everything, okay, you're in Vegas. But it's nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump for somebody to jump on a plane. And the way technology is, you can always stay in touch. So it's like, okay, I'm sad to see you guys move away, but look, you're doing what you got to do to grow.
Yeah.
So it's like a happy thing. It's bittersweet. It's a happy thing.
Yeah,
and we, like I said, we appreciate it. Like I said, this is our next logical step in our
right.
You know what I'm saying? If we stayed there, we wouldn't have got any further than what we were.
That makes sense.
So we had to do this. We had to uproot ourselves and come out of our pocket to come across the country to do what we need to do. And
that makes perfect sense.
It was worth the trip. And you guys are going to see in 2021 that the trip that we made back here in June of last year, it's paying off.
It's paying.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what last words of advice or let me ask you this, is there anything you would have done different, and do you have any last words of advice to people that are filmmakers or actors?
Yeah, there are some things we would have done different, and and don't take it the wrong way, but we would have not put ourselves on the back burner for certain people who did not.
Yeah. Trust me, I know what you're saying.
Right, who didn't wouldn't do the same for us. So a lot of times we put ourselves on the back burner for a year, for 2 years, to help and push and motivate other people, and they gave us their ass to kiss. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't know if I can say ass, but excuse me. So those are the things we would have done differently. But in all, we learned from it, and we know now what not to do. Right. So going forward.
Yeah, I think going forward, just being who we are and just, focusing on what we want to do first. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we don't care about what everybody else is going on, but, we just trying to keep ourselves focused on making things happen. So, Hey, Jamal.
Hey, Jamal. And I have to thank you guys, too, because I've met some people at your film festival, like Jamal Gardner.
Yeah.
He was one of the people on my cast, my Don't Be Salty show.
Okay.
And I met a few other people at your event, too. And so I'm like so thankful and grateful because whoever I meet through you guys, I know that they're like A1 people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Some people, they might, other people might refer somebody, whatever, and then I'll be like, I ain't messing with them people. But anybody I've met through you guys, I'm like, okay, I know they good. They good
like
stuff.
You said, you know what I'm saying? They're not just friends, they're called family. You know what I'm saying? Family that we consider in the film industry, and Jamal is like, that's like my brother right there.
Right.
So, and Rue too, it's like a little sister to us. So, we don't just have friends, we have family. That's why I say Atlanta's always going to be home for us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we, and we just hope people are happy for us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are some, but it's how it goes.
It's okay.
Right.
They know if they're gonna be in cahoots with you guys, they gotta walk straight and walk right, and their nose clean and everything else.
We don't.
Well, I mean, that's that I get, because I know that you guys don't mess with any BS people, is what
right. Yeah, we try not to keep around a lot of drama and stuff like that. That kind of he say she say kind of stuff. We don't do that. I'm 46. And she's about to be 44. So it's we too old for that drama stuff, that craziness.
Right.
Like we in this to have fun. We make movies we like to, but we also make it because it's fun for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And Jamal said you keep a squad of great folks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamal.
Yeah, we definitely do.
That's exactly my point. He said it in a nutshell. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So, do you guys have any last advice for anybody, or?
Last advice. I guess when it comes to filmmaking, like I said earlier, just do it.
Right.
Don't worry about what cameras you have. Don't worry about what lighting you have. Don't worry about if you have the best actors for this or that particular role. Just do it. Get some of your friends, your co-workers, and do something. If this is what you want to do, then look at what you've done and then grow from that.
That's right.
Exactly.
And when it comes to acting, I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I don't know how to get into it. I don't know what to do." Baby, listen. I tell people all the time, start auditioning, learn your monologue so that when you're ready to audition or need to audition, you can put that together and send to someone. Get you some headshots. Just do it. Stop procrastinating. We haven't learned anything else in 2020. We have to know that time waits for no one.
Exactly.
So if this is a dream, if this is what you want to do, you've been wanting to do it, this is the time now to put your best foot forward, strap on your boots and pull up your granny panties and get it done.
And go for it. Well, the name of this show is Success Mode, and you guys are truly successful. Showing people that you can not only be successful, but exceed at what you're doing.
Yeah.
The how many views has the very latest?
On the other film, the Domestic Warfare on YouTube. I mean, it's been out. It came out back in July, but it was a movie. But it came out on YouTube like 7 days ago, and right now we're over 50,000 views.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Jamal connect with Jamal, they connect with us. You know how we do. We put in the work.
and one last thing is, because I have all these things in my mind that I want to tell you guys. But the one other thing that I love about you guys is your energy. You know what I'm saying? You have good energy. You just I see a lot of people, they're doing stuff, but you guys are just like, on the go. You just can see your energy. You can just see your good vibrations. And that attracts other people that have that same energy to you. And I just love that too.
Oh yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
Definitely. Yeah.
We do a lot of things off of energy, honestly, even with casting.
Yeah.
Like if you have like bad vibes or bad energy, I can't work with you because I'm going to be in close corner, in closed-in corners for a minute, and I can't deal with somebody who is giving off because
that's real. It's real.
Yeah. I mean, really, we had a girl coming to a casting audition. She was the best person for the role. She was awesome. But her energy that she gave off doing
she was so stank.
We're not even going to take our chance to risk to do that.
That's not cool. That would risk the whole project.
So we're like, no, it didn't work out. So in turn, we get a bad rep from that. But people don't understand it's not us, it's you who what you give off. If you give off bad energy, you're gonna get bad energy back. She was the best person for that particular role. She fit the part. She knew the line.
She looked the part. Everything. But her energies were she was so. I don't even know how to explain it.
You don't even have to explain it. It's a feeling. It's just a feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was watching somebody yesterday speak about it, and they said sometimes the person doesn't even have to say any words.
Right.
Not at all.
It's a feeling. You really can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, we can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and and the person we did cast the part, that person did great too. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. We just had to make sure that, because when we on set, if you work with us, and Jamal can probably tell you this too, we have fun on set. You know what I'm saying? It could be a crazy dramatic moment that we're filming, but once we say cut, we all laughing and joking and we having fun. You know what I'm saying? We can't have somebody who's too standoffish. You know what I'm saying? Like why? Who you guys think you are? Be doing the movie? I'm like, audition for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can't. It just brings down the whole morale. It just brings down a lot of stuff.
Right.
So
well, they should know when they come into your presence, they should feel that energy. And they
well, yeah, we want to
Yeah.
have fun. If this is what
Yeah.
you want to do, then let it be something that you love to do and not
exactly something you're passionate
just a
about.
job for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jamal said lots of fun.
Because a lot of people that we've worked with, like I said, the show we did, Money, Power, Respect, we worked with over 100 some actors. A
Wow.
lot of those actors that we work with have started their own production companies.
Yeah.
Since working with them.
Wow, that's
You
awesome.
know what I'm saying? So a few of them have started working their own production company. A few of them have gone on to do bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Courtney, Nicole,
Yep.
wife, she's done bigger things. Nadej Bailey, she's done bigger things. You know what I'm saying? We work with them. You know what I'm
Alpha
saying?
Trevette.
Yeah, Alpha Trevette.
A lot of people, a lot of them that was a part of that series. And other stuff that we've had has gone on to do bigger and better things. And that's what we want. Like, we want them to go out there and do bigger and better things.
Right,
you know
exactly.
Just say hi. Just tell us hi.
Once you get to that point, I mean, because when the did the All Christmas movie, her mom and dad came and took us to the movies to go see the movie with them.
Yeah.
And that makes us feel good, even though we're not expecting that, but that makes us feel good that she, consider us part of her career, and she's going. I mean, she's out there. You know what I'm saying? Courtney the same way, but Courtney's always been like a little sister to us from day one.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when she was out there doing, when she on Tyler Perry show, we're like, man, that's like we made it. You know?
Right. That's what me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And because Jamal and Courtney would come to the Don't Be Salty show every week.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all gotta turn channel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm on the TV.
You know what I'm saying? But that's genuine friendship.
Yeah.
That's genuine. Yeah. We root and happy for one another. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. When we're not rolling, we can all hang out. We've all hung out at each other's birthday party. Matter of fact, last year I DJ'd Courtney's birthday party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like we just have that thing outside of film.
Right.
That was some filmily, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't find that everywhere.
You don't find that. Especially when you're in our age group, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No, it's hard to find people that you can generally vibe with. So we just want to keep that going, you know what I'm saying? I personally love it. Now, when I first got Renee, I didn't like birthday parties. I didn't care for Halloween. So for me, it was kind of like, why are we doing this?
That was
she showed me, like, okay, a whole different way of being, a whole way of different living. So now, what party can we go to? Like, I'm ready to get out and to go have fun. And
I was like, hold on, slow your roll, Sean. No, dang, can we?
That's sweet.
Yeah, he hated his birthday.
Yeah, I hated birthday, but now I'm looking forward to birthday parties and stuff like that now.
Well, you guys just had an anniversary that passed too, right?
Huh?
Didn't you just have an anniversary that passed?
July,
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow, time flying by. How many years has it been now?
12.
12, okay. Wow.
12 and a half,
awesome.
now, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I really, really appreciate you guys coming on. Look, Jamal said now you can't stop.
No, hey, Jamal, no. Matter of fact, my worst party experience is because of him.
Yeah. He loved his birthday now.
Look, because
that's awesome.
Because
when you have good people, good energy, family. How you say it?
It's family.
Family.
Yep.
Like you said, hey, what do you expect?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I can't wait to see what you have coming up in the future, and everybody's rooting for you guys. And
thank you.
Thank you.
You're just kind of just growing and just expanding and everything else right in front of our eyes, and I love it.
Well, also too, we love the film festival that you're going with. So you're going back this year, right? You're bringing it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys are just growing.
I'm putting it back on you
right now.
I'm putting it back on you. Yeah. We want to make sure that film festival people need to go and start submitting to that film festival because you were doing it great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a great.
For me, it's about just giving people a platform.
That's right.
I just started off in Connecticut, just doing small open mics, and because I do spoken word too, so spoken word open mics and things like that. And I just want to give people a platform because there's a lot of people who want to share their talent, but they might, they just might not have they might have platforms, but just not a lot. I just saw how I wanted to have a platform. I just wanted to have a little bit of positive platform. I don't do any event unless it has a positive type of thing. So that's what it's all about for me. But that's why I'm drawn to people like you, because I see you letting people, you know, Jamal said, yes, you are. Let me get off for you guys. Emotional.
No, but I said, you know, I've been following you since day one, and we've had conversations and stuff like that. You know, anytime that you have a question, you know, I'm going to always answer it. So that's never going to change.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Now I'm going to have my little TPN movie binge and get some popcorn and some Reese Pieces and watch all your movies. Because I don't think I saw all 3 of the Taboos.
Well, it's only 2 right now.
2 right now, yeah. It's Taboo 3. We just turned the script in, so we start production in February for that.
Did she freeze?
Mm-hmm. in a great frozen position.
So Taboo 3 can turn in. See, I'm getting mixed up with the ones that I saw. I saw certain ones, but I'm getting the titles mixed up.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what I tell people too, if you can watch on your television, go to either YouTube or Tubi and type in one of our names, and you'll see a list of movies.
Our stuff,
well, not all of our.
Well, you see a list of it. Yeah.
You see a list of stuff that you haven't seen. Then go to our website and see other stuff that's not on Tubi or YouTube like that.
Okay, so let's make sure. TPN1.com.
Yep.
How to Make Movies and Money Manual on Amazon. And then what channels? Tubi and...
We got Tubi, Fandango Now, Vudu, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's over 25 streaming platforms.
Streaming platforms. But those are the main ones that people are familiar with.
Right. And and you know, we're not just in North America.
Did we say Pluto?
We said Pluto TV.
Okay.
Plumo. So there's a lot. It's like I said, it's over 25 streaming platforms. Our distributor is adding more every quarterly. So it seems like we should be going on to even more platforms by the end of 2021. So you guys can see a lot of us.
Okay.
A lot of our content. As a matter of fact, we have on the books right now, we have 4 movies coming out this year. That's already been filmed. That's coming into just hitting the can now. So get the release dates. I'd make sure you know about them. But we have 4 coming out in 2021.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So TP1.com.
TPN1.
TPN1.com. And then all the platforms, you guys. But when you're in doubt, just look up Bobby Peoples, Renee Warren Peoples.
Yep.
You will see a whole plethora of stuff.
Yeah, over 100 projects. That's movies, shorts, and series. You know, so you have a lot to choose from. We have over. I think I last counted over 35 hours worth of content. So we have enough.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to get caught up. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being on with me. Like I said, this was long overdue. We gotta catch up with you guys again.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Like in a few months, after you have so many other hundreds of thousands of views, we're gonna catch up with you again and tell everybody what you guys got going on.
Well, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank appreciate you.
I also have some other things coming up virtually that hopefully you guys would like to be a part of as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just let us know.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Renee and Bobby, for joining me tonight. This was Success Mode with Raecine Tyes. I'm an entrepreneur and a motivational speaker. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you tune in next time to Success Mode when we have somebody on to motivate and inspire you. Have a great night, everybody.